I've never welded before, so let's try it. Let's see. Got some gloves. There's the destruction manual. Let's see. I'm assuming feed right there. I'm certain there's a proper way to do this. Oh, look, you can see in there if you look hard enough. What do you do? Twist, twist, twist and pull, pull and twist. Those instructions tell me how to do this easily. Fine. Spindle. Release the spring. Thumb screw done. Detach the inner wire spool. Maintain tension in the wire for the spool from unwinding. Release until step 5. Then portion to the incoming. Cut tube. Over the drive roll and into the gun liner. You mean over the drive roll? Like over the top of it? Over the top! That absolutely cannot be right. Look at that. What's that? They couldn't possibly mean over the top of this. There just ain't no damn way. That's what they mean. Over the top. Look at that. Oh, let's see. There you go. Is that thing spinning? Oh yeah, it's coming. Look at her. Look at her go. Yeah. Might even be able to see it. There she goes. Look at that. Alright. Very nice. Let's see what else we can do. The only thing I'm not 100% about is the grounding. This is a plastic table. This is metal. There's some metal over there that I think is touching. These feet are kind of metal. I don't know. I don't have a welded table. This is what I have. I'm just going to see if I can... I'm going to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. Or even what should happen. I think I know what should happen. We'll soon find out. Ooh. Feeding way, way, way too fast. Let's see. I guess I'm going to try to fill one of these holes in. I don't know. I'm going to figure some stuff out. I'll be right back. Multiple things I did not do. I did not clean the surface area in which I'm going to be welding. Number 2, I didn't check my feed or temperature based on the thickness of this material at all. So not too bad for my first time ever welding. So we're going to continue. I'm going to just see if I can fill this hole in. And then I have some, where'd it go? I have some metal pipe, and I might set up and see if I can join two pipes together. And then I figure I'll just be an expert right after that. So I probably won't do all this on film though. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have everything on automatic, like brightness and all that jazz. So ISO and white balance. So I don't know. I don't know how this will come out, but I'll be interested to see my welds in slow motion on the camera. So, yep. All right, here we go. More welding. This is getting disgusting already. I'm sure there's a way to prevent that, or there's something to do. I don't know yet. And I'm getting a text message. I think this feed is going to be a little too fast for me, but I need the temperature up. We're going to do it based on recommendations is what we're going to go with, and then I'll adjust from there. All right, so that's feeding way, way, way too fast. And I don't think it's too hot. I don't think it's hot enough. That looks like absolute crap. That looks 100% horrible. Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier for me to try to connect to. I don't know, because I'm filling the gap. But that's exactly what I'm doing here. Keep going. I'm happy with it. I'm sure it's, well, it looks like a big booger, and then there's all this splatter that goes everywhere, which I think that's why there's other types of welding. This is MIG or TIG, I don't know. I don't even know what this is. But I do know that it's flux core, so it's got a bunch of crap surrounding or inside of the wire. Where you don't get that if you have, if you TIG weld and have a stick here and tungsten and you're feeding it, which takes more finesse, which I don't have any finesse at all. But for my first time welding, I can see that welds happen. It is, it's kind of like hot gluing metal, as I've heard people say. I'm gonna try adhering two pieces now. I might this is probably the worst. This is probably one of the worst places to weld. I'm not very comfortable. I need to figure out a few things, but yeah, I'm gonna still play with it. I know I have a couple things I want to weld legitimately, and I'm just gonna keep practicing on crap like this so that I know, figure out what I'm doing. I got about 6,000 different things going on. So I have a welder. Let me start over. The other day, I bought this thing, which is an actual Kutzall brand. Does it say? Yeah, Kutzall brand wood carving thing, and I was practicing right here, but before this showed up, this other little kit showed up. So I ordered this. It seemed to be lost in the mail, and then it was unlost in the mail. And then I ordered this kit, which is really cheap, and it comes with this thing, which is just death incarnate. And then it comes with this thing, which looks like a torture device. And it comes with this thing, which looks like a better torture device. But it also came with some flap wheels, which it was like 26 bucks for the whole little kit. So, but this guy right here from Kutzall works like a charm, and I'm hoping that I can see this on the video there. The black one here from Obo, and this is a pretty coarse one. I think they have different grits, but this one from Obo, you can see it leaves these lines. It only works one way. It's spinning this way, so it wants to cut the wood like that. But if you're dragging it this way, it wants to catch and pull everything. So it's not as intuitive. This one, however, it's worth the price. It's 60 bucks, but you don't have to worry about any of that other stuff. This is going to be what we do to the stem of those two side tables. We're gonna draw a little design and power carve them, and hopefully they'll look good, and I can tell by this that it's going to be easier to use the actual expensive Kutzall one over the Obo one, but I'll probably end up keeping these anyway for something in the past. The next thing that I'm doing, since I have 10,000 things to do, there it is. I have a Tacoma. This is a RC Tacoma, and I took actually this is the bumper, the rear bumper. I took the front bumper off. This is the front bumper of it because I want an off-road front bumper. So my plan with my welder and materials, whenever I buy it, is to make this, except for gigantic version. So those are the things I got going on. But I've been trying to weld. I did a little bit of welding a second ago, and then I've been practicing. And I did break this, but I broke it on purpose to see how much I was able to penetrate. I don't know what I have metal-wise. I have a street sign. I'll show you right here. So what I have to weld on right now that I know is metal and that you can weld is this street post that randomly showed up in my life. So I know it's metal, steel. It might be galvanized steel. It seems to have some sort of coating. Well, it seems to have a paint and then it has a coating, and I think it's galvanized, but I'm not 100% sure. So, and I know you can weld galvanized steel with a little, I mean, this is a little 90 amp flux core only. I can't even MIG or TIG or anything like that. I couldn't add gas to it if I wanted to. So I'm limited to flux core. And I think that I can get thin enough but sturdy enough plating and a tube to create this in gigantic. And that is a 1/10 scale Tacoma model. So basically I've been taking my calipers and taking measurements, and then you multiply by 10 and that's about the size that you need. So it looks like I would need I think a 6-foot piece of bar that is 1.75 outer diameter or 2-inch diameter, and then the sheet metal thing, I don't know what I'm going to get, but there's all kinds of types of sheet metal you can get. It doesn't really matter because it's not structural. It's just something that will hold a winch in here, and then if you do happen to run into anything, this should take all the damage and your car should take none of it, unless you hit like a mountain or a bobcat or something. There. So the welds were, I think the welds went in pretty good. I did have this cut at an angle, not a 45, but an angle. So I was doing some shady stuff. But essentially, on this non-welding table, I was welding that to that. And this has, you can see it's got a slant to it. Let's see if I can. So that has a slant to it. And I was welding it. It was tucked underneath there. And I was welding it. And this side was just straight up and down, 90 degree. I think it was doing all right. I've seen some videos where these little 90 amp things can go up to 1/4 inch, and as long as you take your time and you keep the heat in there and keep it feeding just right, you can build up and finally get to it. I guess kind of like stick welding pipe. You put in a root and fill it as many times as you need and hot pass it and all that jazz that I don't really understand, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about it, so that's about it. Anyway, go do stuff.